Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Roman Reigns gets candid about whether he's still interested in facing The Rock in WWE. Roman Reigns has recently commented on whether a match between him and The Rock is still on the table. The two stars were supposed to collide at WWE WrestleMania XL, but it did not come to fruition. Instead, they teamed up to take on Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in the main event of Night 1, which they won. The Great One also joined the Bloodline and was part of the villainous faction for a brief period. The reason why the original Tribal Chief and the final boss did not compete against each other at the Show of Shows this year was due to major fan backlash, but it is still a match that many people would love to see. During a recent interview with Sports Illustrated, Roman Reigns was asked whether a match between him and The Rock could still happen. The head of the table stated that if fans want it, and so does his cousin, then it might be possible. Roman Reigns used to be the one and only Tribal Chief in WWE, but that label currently belongs to his cousin, Solo Sikoa, who has the Eula follow with him. The former NXT North American Champion pinned the original Tribal Chief at Crown Jewel 2024 to pick up a victory for his team in the six-man tag team match. Roman and Solo will be on opposing sides at the Survivor Series War Games 2024 Premium Live event. Reigns will have to trust his OG Bloodline teammates, including CM Punk. The Raw superstar could have ulterior motives which nobody knows for sure. If Roman wants to showcase his supremacy as the head of the table, the OG Bloodline must get the victory in the men's War Games match. It will be interesting to see whether he overcomes all of his challenges. In the world of professional wrestling, few dream matches captivate fans more than the prospect of Roman Reigns facing off against Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. With Roman reigning supreme as WWE's Tribal Chief and The Rock's legacy as one of the greatest performers in wrestling history, a clash between the two Samoan icons has been the stuff of fantasy booking for years. But how does Roman Reigns himself feel about the match? Is it still on his radar, or has the moment passed? In a candid interview, Roman Reigns pulled back the curtain on his thoughts about facing The Rock, addressing the years of speculation, the immense fan demand, and the challenges of making such a monumental match happen. "Listen, I understand why everyone wants to see it," Reigns began, a smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth. "We're family, we're two of the biggest names in wrestling and entertainment, and it would be a spectacle like no other. But for me, it's not just about throwing two names together for the sake of it. If it happens, it has to mean something. It has to be done right." Reigns, whose current run as the head of the Bloodline has been one of the most critically acclaimed storylines in modern WWE history, emphasized that his focus has always been on storytelling. "I'm not interested in just putting on a match," he said. "What we're doing with the Bloodline is historic, and if The Rock were to step into that world, it would have to serve the story we're telling. Otherwise, what's the point?" One of the most intriguing aspects of a potential Reigns versus Rock match is the familial connection. Both men hail from the storied Anoa'i wrestling dynasty, a lineage that has produced legends like Yokozuna, Rikishi, and the Usos. Roman's role as the Tribal Chief, a character that demands respect and loyalty from his family members, has added a layer of complexity to the potential feud. "People forget this isn't just a wrestling match for us," Reigns said. "This is family. And when you bring family into it, it's personal. That's what makes it so compelling, but it's also what makes it so challenging. You have to navigate those dynamics carefully. It's not just business, it's blood." Reigns admitted that the idea of challenging The Rock's position as a global icon within their family is a storyline he finds intriguing. "The Rock has done it all," he said. "He's a legend in the ring, a megastar in Hollywood, and a role model for millions. But in this world, in WWE, I'm the one sitting at the head of the table. The question is, does he want to challenge that?" One of the biggest hurdles in making the match a reality is The Rock's packed schedule. As one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood, Dwayne Johnson juggles blockbuster films, business ventures, and philanthropic endeavors. Coordinating his availability with WWE's schedule has proven to be a challenge in the past, and Reigns is all too aware of that reality. "I get it," Reigns said, shrugging. "The Rock is a busy guy. He's got commitments all over the world, and wrestling isn't his full-time gig anymore. If he can find the time, great. If not, I'm not sitting around waiting. Reigns also dismissed the notion that he needs the match to solidify his legacy. I've already cemented my place in WWE history, he said. If the match happens, it's a cherry on top. If it doesn't, my legacy doesn't change. Of course, fan demand plays a significant role in the ongoing speculation. WWE's audience has been clamoring for a Reigns vs. Rock showdown, particularly at WrestleMania, for years. The potential match reached fever-pitch levels of excitement leading up to WrestleMania 39, which took place in Hollywood, The Rock's backyard. However, the match didn't come to fruition, leaving fans wondering if the opportunity had been missed. I love the passion of our fans, Reigns said. They want the biggest, best matches, and I respect that. But at the same time, fans have to understand that this business isn't as simple as snapping your fingers and making a match happen. There's so much that goes into it: timing, storytelling, logistics. It's a puzzle, and every piece has to fit. Reigns acknowledged that the pressure from fans can sometimes be overwhelming, but he insisted that his focus remains on delivering quality over quantity. I'm not here to just give people what they want in the moment, he said. I'm here to give them something they'll remember forever. That's what makes WWE special. While Reigns spoke at length about his stance, he also speculated on how The Rock might feel about the potential match. I think The Rock is someone who understands the magnitude of this, Reigns said. He's a businessman, he's an entertainer, and he knows the value of a story like this. But at the same time, he's not going to do it just to do it. It has to be the right time, the right place, and the right story. Reigns hinted that The Rock's involvement in WWE would have to align with his other commitments and goals. If The Rock wants to come back and face me, he knows where to find me, Reigns said, a sly grin spreading across his face. But he's not walking into my house without a fight. As speculation about The Rock continues, Reigns remains focused on his current role as WWE's undisputed top star. With the Bloodline storyline still unfolding and a roster full of hungry challengers, the Tribal Chief has no shortage of opponents to keep him busy. We've got a lot of talented guys in WWE right now, Reigns said. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, there are plenty of people gunning for my spot. I'm not lacking for competition. Reigns also hinted at the possibility of branching out into new ventures, though he was careful not to reveal too much. I've got my eyes on a few things outside of WWE, he said. But for now, my focus is on staying at the top of this mountain. As for whether Roman Reigns is still interested in facing The Rock, the answer seems to be a qualified yes. Of course I'd love to face The Rock, he said. Who wouldn't? But it has to be right. I'm not chasing him, and I'm not begging for it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'll keep doing what I do best, dominating. For fans, the possibility of Roman Reigns versus The Rock remains tantalizingly close yet frustratingly out of reach. But as Reigns himself pointed out, the best things in wrestling often come to those who wait. Patience is key, Reigns said. And when the moment comes, if it comes, you better believe it'll be worth the wait. And with that, the Tribal Chief left the door open, leaving fans to speculate and dream about what could be the biggest match in WWE history. Whether or not it ever happens, one thing is certain: Roman Reigns isn't slowing down anytime soon, with or without The Rock.